Okay, today I'm going to try and do a much shorter video, a little more focused, and make a piano sound with additive synth. So this should be pretty straightforward. I'm trying to do it in 10 minutes or so. So I have a bass patch. Sounds like this. That is a sine wave playing a C major scale. And that's going to be the beginning. So to do the additive synth, I need several more oscillators. I don't really know how many harmonics I need to make it sound like a piano. But we'll just do a bunch because they're going to be basically all the same. And each one of these is going to get mixed into the mixer. Clever to do this first time. Okay. And then okay. So now let's take this down a little bit because it's going to be loud. Maybe like that. So it should sound the same, just a different volume probably. That's too quiet. Okay. Cool. So it actually sounds a little mellower, which is interesting. That is possibly because my oscillators are out of phase. I'm not sure exactly why that would be. Anyway, okay. So now to make a piano, we're going to want to make harmonics. So oscillator 1 is going to be our fundamental. So that's the bass pitch we're playing. Comes out of this sequencer. And that's fine. And then the next harmonic is just twice that. Goes up in integer multiples. And we're also going to want it to be a little bit quieter. So let's actually just, while I'm building this, silence everything higher. Okay. So I don't know how much quieter it needs to be. So let's just say that, maybe. Okay. Now the next integer multiple. Okay. So that is obviously a more complicated sound. Doesn't really sound like a piano yet, but that's I think what we expect. These are not going to sound right until it's enveloped. So let's start with that. So I'm going to make an envelope for every harmonic, which may be overkill, but we'll see how it goes. I'm just going to do attack decay envelopes. I won't have to think about actual gates. So we'll start with relatively long. No. I think we always want a short initial, relatively long, short attack, relatively long decay. And these are going to be triggered off the tempo, which is also running this sequence. And then this is going to be I'm just going to do all of these at once, because otherwise this is going to be a pain. env something. I'm gonna have to go back in and make new envs for all these, but this one to start with. Okay, that actually already sounds kind of like a keyboard sound. It sounds like, you know, some sort of cheapo electronic piano. Okay, so now for our next harmonic, we're going to make the decay just a little bit shorter, I think, similar to we make it quieter, because we want each higher frequencies to fade away faster. Starting to sound more like a string to me than I guess it is a string instrument, a piano, but like a pluck string. Also, I'm probably doing this a little bit backwards because as I letting the higher harmonics linger while I change the lower ones, but whatever. Now I'm done. Okay. So it still sounds not great. And I wonder what it's missing. I'm working from memory of what a piano actually looks like. So who knows what that means. So I think probably want these to actually die off faster. So let's say like that. I don't know, I can't really hear the difference. Another thing, make these faster. Because these are actually still relatively long decays. Interesting. That actually sounds a lot more like a pluck string to me. Which is cool, but it's not what I was trying to do. Crap, I think I want all the attacks to be the same. That at least makes sense to me. But maybe that's wrong, I don't know. Yeah, that's definitely not piano-like. It sounds more like a brass or something. See, that's more like a guitar almost. So now what am I missing to make it sound piano-like? Rather than like guitar-like. again, make these quieter. That is so quiet that it's not contributing at all. As is that. That is there, but just barely. So I've made these too quiet. Okay. Really? That one you can just barely hear. So this one is probably as quiet as I want these to get. So that means, what do I have to do? I'm not sure what's driving the volume. Is it the envelope or is it this? So it's the envelope. Also the pitch? Why do these not sound the same? Something. I'm confused. These should be exactly the same. I guess they are. Okay. So, but that means that I want, no, not. Okay. So that means I want this one to be this. Okay. And then I want to sort of interpolate between. Well, first off, let's just make this guy bigger, and then that, and that, and then that, and that, and then that. But then also these. So that. Okay. Still pretty quiet. Okay. I don't know if that's really going to be contributing an audible amount, but you know, give it a shot. Okay. We're about 15 minutes in. That's it's a pretty cheesy electronic piano sound, but it sounds basically like a piano. Things you should not do to a piano. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. I have made a cheapo electronic piano synth out of a few oscillators and some envelopes. Cool.